What is going on to you Capricorns out there? So you have the Seven of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and you Capricorns have the Nine of Swords. These three cards. You Capricorns are creating a boundary to something. The Seven of Swords, especially in this deck, speaks to you creating a boundary. The Two of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords, because something is very much so frustrating. There's some sort of dynamic that is getting you upset, that is frustrating, that is disappointing. And we need to understand what exactly that is, because you Capricorns are highly disappointed in a particular scenario. The Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. This could be a situation where you're highly disappointed in the fact that you tried to get to know somebody and it turned out not to essentially be what it is that you thought it was going to be. You wanted things to have essentially worked between the two of you, but the two of you want other things. That's interesting. The reason why it is I'm saying it, right, is because not just the first three cards, right, but the Hermit as well. You wanting to be by yourself. The Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, the two of you, this person has a lot to offer. You see this person as having a lot to offer, but you also see the potential where the two of you could have been, where the two of you could have brought a whole lot to the table and you could have had a whole Thanksgiving dinner together, because with room for extra space, you know, starting a family, because you actually like this person. And because your interaction between yourself and this person didn't necessarily work out the way that you would have liked it to, because this is a person that, I ain't even gonna lie, you could have seen yourself with potentially long term. And because of the fact that, you know, things between yourself and this person didn't necessarily work itself out, the Hermit and the Star card right here represents how, you know, you still, some of you, this could represent a couple of things. This could represent how you Capricorns have decided to actually go on about your business and just end it and go radio silent with this person, right? Or I should say from this person, and just stop talking to them. And this person is hoping to get in touch with you again. Or it can represent how you are hoping to get in touch with this person again, where you actually want to give it another try, but this time you want things to actually be different and work out like this, where, because you still see this person as having a lot to bring to the table, but this could also be a chance. This could also be something where you Capricorns may want to actually give it a chance and make it work between yourself and them. So it's a situation where you Capricorns legitimately like this person, and you want to just give it a chance, just give it a try to see if you and this person actually have what it takes to make it work. And then the thing is that the Eight of Wands and the Five of Wands represents it just seemed like it just got serious very quickly. It just seemed like it was either some form of competition where, you know, the person just had to one up you, or you know, and they kind of had that kind of streak, or it was a situation where things got heated very quickly between the two of you, and friction started to really wither away. This is wither away at y'all's two connections. This is why it is I say that friction doesn't work. A lot of times people be trying to make it seem like friction does work and it doesn't. You know, getting someone so upset and frustrated to the point where they don't want to try anymore with you is not something that you want. You're losing out on another potential significant other. This is why it is that I say that, you know, the people who are handing out advice when it comes to these dating coaches, one thing that I realized about the dating coaches is that I use those people and I look at their videos, but I use those people for a means of understanding how dysfunctional the dating world is and to be able to listen to the other side. But one thing that I'm understanding about that also is on the journey to self-discovery and health. This is right, spiritual health, mental health, physical health, and everything. Because it's something that we all have to essentially, without exception, all of us, without exception, have to essentially get better at. Is the fact that I'm realizing that when it comes to the whole dating coaches and everything, not only is it to kind of understand the state, right, of how dysfunctional the dating pool is, because they wouldn't exist. There would be no need for them if the dating pool or the dating process was great, right? If it was functional and if it worked, there would be no need for them. So the mere fact that they exist means that by definition, the dating pool is dysfunctional. But I'll also look at the dating coaches to understand the dysfunctional mind and how the dysfunctional thinks, right? And this is what I mean when I say, when I talk about things like friction, right? Creating S-tests. Those are not things that are going to build a relationship. And the thing about it is that, like, the way that a lot of people move and see, and I'm gonna say something that I haven't said before, but I'm gonna go ahead and kind of break down the information even more so that y'all can have the game. Part of the reason why it is, right, that a lot of relationships, my dear Capricorns, don't work today is because a lot of people are terrible when it comes to communicating verbally. They want to communicate non-verbally, right? And so because they want to communicate non-verbally, what that does is that sets up the situation for failure and not success, because verbal communication is direct communication. Non-verbal communication is indirect or covert communication. So because it's not actually brought to the forefront, it's not actually talked about, it's not highlighted using words. So because it's not highlighted using words, or because of the fact that it's not verbal, a lot of people tend to have this mentality of, well, I'm gonna let my word speak for itself, right? But at the same time, those would be the same people who don't facilitate healthy relationships because they spend all day playing Blue's Clues, right? Then when they get older, now they want to verbally communicate. Now when they get older, as they get older, they put more energy into figuring out how to verbally communicate. And that's just pure stupidity, because you're never too young to actually start learning how to verbally communicate. Not only are you never too young, it's terrible when you start. It's never a good time to actually start learning how to communicate better. That's how important direct verbal communication is. This is why it is that I don't respect covert relationships. In a relationship, but we're not putting any kind of labels on it. So how are we going to understand what's actually happening here? Now, why that's pure stupidity is, if you live your life like this is why a lot of people run their goofy behinds to the internet and then now talk about how come I can't find anybody? Because your actions, because the thing is that their actions speak for them, right? Because they don't want to communicate verbally, right? So what does their actions say, since we want to play this game? If we're paying attention to what their actions say, it says from their actions, because that's what they're using to communicate only. They don't use their words. Remember that. Their actions communicate they're for the streets. So since you Capricorns treat them like they're for the streets, right, in that scenario, what happens? They get older, and then now they don't want to be for the streets anymore. Now they want to learn how to verbally communicate. But that's not what their actions show. This is why there's a saying that says that don't listen to their words, watch their actions. Because they like to covertly communicate in their actions. Let their actions do the talking, which is stupid. And that doesn't even exist. You have to say what you're going to do in a relationship and then do it. Because if you're not doing it, it's just the same as not actually existing. Why? Too much covert actions. This is why I say that words and actions have to exist without exception in a relationship in order for it to work. Because if you only speaking, talk is cheap, show me some action. If you only do an action, but you never tell the other person that you care for them or that you love them, friends with benefit situation. So you need both. You need words and actions. Now, why that's important for you Capricorns is, you know, this person may have moved like that with you. And that's not necessarily a relationship that would have essentially worked out anyway. This is, I'm saying all that to say this is how frustrating building a relationship with somebody can be, because they're so caught up with creating friction. Because what I just described right then and there is one of the things that creates friction in the relationship. How are you expected? Okay, cool. How are you expected to create a relationship with somebody who thinks and moves and operates like that? It just looks like the person has mental issues. Because the other person is like, what exactly is going on here, right? Things are up in the air. You don't want a functional relationship, my dear Capricorns, to just be like this. Once it starts becoming like this, it's bad, because it means that the relationship is on a downslide. It's degrading. It's not getting better with time. It's getting worse with time. You see? So the Five of Swords speaks to the Five of Swords, and the Eight of Swords speaks to the level of friction that you have had with this person. And it speaks to how this person essentially needs to grow up. They need to become mature, you know? So let's clarify the Eight of Swords. The Justice, Queen of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, Page of Cups, and then you have the Nine of Pentacles. To clarify the Eight of Swords, the Justice and the Queen of Swords speaks to how you Capricorns will find someone that's a good match for you. What you need to concentrate on is getting your mental, physical, spiritual health on point. You need to worry about getting your money up. That's what you need to worry about. You need to take care of yourself right now. The Seven of Pentacles and the Page of Cups represents, because there's not a whole lot of people really on your level right now. They're not healthy. A lot of people are very dysfunctional. And dating is only going to make the dysfunction worse, right? They don't even know who they are themselves, but then they're expected to know themselves immediately as well as get to know somebody else. That's too many hats to wear. That's too many things that they got to do, right? And the thing is that the Nine of Pentacles represents you Capricorns do not need to surround yourselves or be associated or go with anyone that is dysfunctional like that. Y'all need someone that has a peace of mind and inner peace themselves, right? Someone that knows who they are. So that's it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. I'm trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 100K subscribers. I'm at 14,165 subs. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos.